game 2. This time is going to be Krob in the top right of Coastlands against our Act 1 champion, Galahad. But this game he has switched it up and has decided to play humans. I guess he doesn't want to go in a goo versus goo on Coastlands for whatever reason. And humans is, I think, one of Galahad's off races. I think he's worst with beta. Decent with humans, best with goo. We never saw him play as goo in... Or, sorry, we never saw him play as humans in Act 1. So this will be the first time he's done this in a tournament. And this matchup, I mean, Krob is currently our 16th seed. So we would be somewhat surprised to see him upset this game. Maybe Galahad feels more comfortable against his current opponent, especially considering how short last game was trying an off race. And his initial trident has already found the mother goo here. Could have spawned a small protean. Oh no! What is he doing? Is he really going to try and go mother first with a trident right next to his mother? What is he waiting for? There it is. Took a lot of economic harassment there, pretty unnecessarily. Small protean comes out and he will force the trident away. We have more tridents making their way up as well. No second refinery yet, but he has paused trident production, so he's probably going to be getting that second refinery quite soon after making himself what looks like 2 more tridents. Tridents continue to sort of scout around, just making sure he's not getting all in, and we're going to see an extremely greedy opening here from Galahad. 3 refineries. With 2 small proteans on the field, he could easily get punished by this. In fact, if Krob all-in him right now, he'd probably win. 3 refinery opening is against goo is just ridiculous, honestly. They are making their way towards Galahad's base, and if Galahad loses this, I'm gonna find that extremely funny. No bias intended, but I will find it really funny. Let's see if Krob can punish this greed. Maybe not. We do have an anti-heavy sentinel going up there in the base. He's also double stacking his small proteans on this harvester line, which he probably shouldn't do. Oh, there it is. He just canceled that 3rd refinery and decided to go with slightly less greedy here. He gets the full refund from that in-progress refinery and should be able to use the money to finish these anti-heavy sentinels, so he should be okay. But this push by these 2 proteans definitely shut down that early greed, forcing him to spend a lot, in fact, on these 3 turrets. Each one of these is 250. Refinery is 800, so that's 750 spent on turrets that would have gone into a refinery. That's basically a full refinery's worth of anti-heavy sentinels, not to mention the cost of conduits. Pretty good play by Krob. And I think what Krob should do here is take this opportunity to expand his economy very greedily. Oh, he just morphed a bunch of striders, though. That's not good. Probably should not have done that. Oh no, what is he doing? Okay. He definitely could have pulled back more drovers and been in a pretty strong position. Now he's kind of not. All of his army just died. And he traded almost nothing. That's a shame. Also, this mother's just like sitting. There it goes. There it goes. Galahad's 3rd refinery going up now. Damn it, Krob, I was so rooting for you. I was so rooting for you, Krob. Son of a bitch. You let it slip through your fingers. Large factory going up with an air attachment here in Galahad's base. We've also got a 4th refinery being constructed. And, possibly, yep, 3rd mother there. Krob's economy is very behind. Three attachments being constructed here in Galahad's base. Probably going to teleport those onto the large factory when they complete. His 4th refinery is also done. Goo player continuing to simply macro up. Will be able to afford a 4th mother soon. There it goes. And if, I mean, Galahad's obviously pretty ahead right now, considering how incredibly greedy he is. Been so far, but he really needs to like crank up the pressure at some point, because even with an early lead against Goo, their economy will outpace you eventually because of their incredibly fast ability to expand. But it looks like rather than just continuing to be greedy, he's actually going to make himself some small proteins here. Usually as Goo, you don't make small proteins until you absolutely have to protect your mothers from harassment. I'm not sure what he's planning to do here. Possibly just wants to get that monitor away from him so we could see a Tempest. Yep, there we go. Tempest being morphed. And this mother's going to take a position on these geysers over here on the right side. Galahad's also throwing up some extractors here in this +10 area. And he's making an alpha. There is currently an alpha in production in Galahad's base. Okay. As well as a 7th refinery and an 8th refinery. Small protein makes its way into the human harvester line. Very nicely positioned. There are no anti-heavy sentinels here. Galahad will have to teleport one to get rid of it. That being said, it's probably going to die to harvesters. Oh no! I think. I don't know. Got chased away by tridents anyway. It takes more damage from a dying harvester than it heals from a dying harvester, but the empty harvesters were also healing it, so that was going to be like, I guess it was going to be okay. More extractors going up over here. Galahad playing probably the most absurdly greedy human build I've ever seen in my entire life. And I wish we could see the timer on the alpha. I guess it's probably got, I don't know, 2.5 minutes left. Lots of extractors over here. You can see the little harvesters just all over the mini-map. Gathering away, building more conduit crosses over here to potentially defend against any harassment if necessary. We've also got 7 mothers from Krob. They're both clearly just expanding their economy as rapidly as they can. Goo doesn't really have much of a solution to an alpha, other than to just avoid it, since it's so incredibly slow and Goo tend to be all over the map. As long as the Goo just never engage it, they're pretty much fine. Also, of course, the Purger can take it on at range. And a ton of artillery sentinels are going up over there to prevent any harassment attempts by these striders. The right side remains pretty much, well, I was going to say undefended, but we do have 10 artillery sentinels going up over there as well. This alpha continues be produced. Next to no economic harassment being done by the goo, and his expansion not all that impressive either. Still, at 10 minutes into the game, on only 7 mothers. The artillery sentinels, I think, just one-shotted the blob of striders over there. More mothers being produced, though. If you can get to 12 mothers, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This is just kind of a weird game. I don't even know what's going on. If he just makes an all-in frontal assault through these turrets, it's probably gonna hurt. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if he's got the Destructor Splash upgrade either. Those artillery sentinels are probably gonna wreck him pretty bad here. He takes out one anti-heavy sentinel. 2 anti-heavy sentinels. I'm surprised he's not going for the conduit line. But I also don't know if Galahad has the upgrade that would allow them to work without conduit power anyway. But she probably does, considering how much he's invested in turrets, but I guess I'm not really sure. Striders do manage to clear out all anti-heavy sentinels there and are going to try and work on these extractors now. One extractor will go down. And there goes the other one. He's had this small protein up here on this mountain for an incredibly long time. He sees this second alpha building. I don't know if he's aware of the first one, though. He should probably get a Purger of his own as quickly as he can if he's going to be able to combat those. This mother goo is just getting killed by sentinels. It's probably gonna die in like 2 more volleys. Pretty big massive proteans here. More being spawned, and I think Krob really should have gotten himself to 12 mothers a long time ago. He's sitting at 6. 14 minutes in the game. We could see a Purger though, maybe. I would certainly encourage one if I had scouted 2 alphas in production. Artillery sentinels do a ton of damage. There's just so many of them. Oh god. And yeah, Galahad does have the upgrade allowing them to continue firing even without power, so he will have to actually destroy every single one of them. Taking a lot of damage from those destructors though. 2 down already. 3 down already. Wow, he's popping those like balloons. They have like no health, I guess. Only 250. And all of Galahad's sentinels will get cleaned up over there on the right side, putting all of these extractors in a pretty vulnerable position. That being said, he does have Harvester Stealth, and there's no stealth detection inside this blob, but it's just rampaging its way through Galahad's base. That these 2 alphas are about to complete, though, and Galahad's actually in a bit of trouble here. You should probably try to depower these factories before those sites complete, but he's already too late to stop the alphas, unfortunately, and the sites just finished as well. Although he's destroying the air pads, but here it comes. Alpha fires its first shot. Oh god, it cuts a huge swath right out of Krob's troops, and the rest, he just ran the rest of them right into it. He definitely should have disengaged there. But there it goes. All of Krob's forces are taken out, and now there are sites taking damage from tempests, actually. It just took like a ton of damage. He almost lost all 6 of those to one tempest. Do a pretty decent amount of damage to that mother before making their way home, and we actually have a purger in construction here. And Krob is massing more forces there. And the second alpha has completed and is making its way up the left side. This one's slowly making its way out of the base on the right. That purger has a long time before it completes, and this alpha is going to locate it well before it's able to do so. We do have harassment making its way across the left, but the second alpha is going to easily shut this down. Ouch. The sights take out the crescents there. The alpha is laser beaming the purger to death over here. It does not look too good for the goo. And there it goes. Purger has been destroyed. Second alpha making its way over here to fight that mother. Don't really know what Krob's gonna do. And that is the game. Krob says GG. You're welcome. I'm happy to host. The legendary 10 refinery 2 alpha build is too